much. She's such a good listener. Hello, good morning. We're now on Facebook too. Hi guys. Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are having a wonderful morning. My name is Allie, of course. Yeah, behind the chinchillas. Awesome, perfect. Hi guys. Well, good morning to everybody. Sorry about that. So we moved some things around over this past week, and so we were looking for some of our stuff, but we have found it, so it's all good. So this is, of course, my friend Miss Poncho, and today, I don't know about you guys, but I am already tired of this cold. See, it was like 40-something degrees this morning here in Texas, which I know is not super cold for some places around the world, but for me, it's real cold. I would like it to be back in the 80s, 90s, 100s, of course. I love the warm and the hot, and so does this lady. And that's what we're going to talk about today. A couple weeks ago, we talked about some of our animals who loved the cold. Of course, our chinchillas, our bunny rabbits, our ducks, they all love the cold. But here in Texas, we love the hot. And so this little lady loves the warm more than anybody that we have here at Tiny Tales. So these guys, bearded dragon lizards, come from the deserts of Australia, where it gets really, really hot, like 120 degrees, crazy hot. That's kind of my kind of weather, right? And so these guys love the warm. So we're going to talk about a couple of our animals who like the hot today. I think a couple of desert animals and then one kind of savanna animal that likes the desert too. So hello, everybody. If you are just joining us, be sure to comment down below your name, the names of the kiddos that are joining us today, and if you like the cold or the hot better. Let me know which one you like better. I prefer the warm, unless it's icy and snowy, in which case it's really, really pretty, so I can deal with the cold if it's icy. But this 40 degrees and wet like it is this morning, not my cup of tea. These little guys, just like me, love the hot and the dry. They love the warm. Our bearded dragon lizards spend most of their time under their heat lamps, where they get lots of UV radiation because that's what they need to help live, and lots of heat. Some of our cages get up to over 100 degrees in some spots. These guys love it. They live for the warm. So let me know if you guys like the hot or the cold, because I'm definitely a hot person, which is pretty fun. Ooh, Tilly is here. Good morning, Tilly, and she likes warm weather. You are like me, Tilly. I love the warm. The cold, not for me, unless it's snowing, which doesn't happen very often here in Texas, but that's okay. Miss Poncho here also loves the warm because she comes, like I said, from the deserts of Australia. She's a desert animal, and she's really, really orange for a desert animal. Most bearded dragons, if you look at them, they are kind of more tannish gray color, but she's super orange. I always joke she kind of looks like a Cheeto, which is pretty silly. And I think to go with her super orange thing, what she needs is some reindeer antlers. What do you guys think? A little reindeer bearded dragon? Say maybe. She is so silly. We love our bearded dragon lizard friends. These guys are amazing. And so we are talking about some of our warm animals today, of course. Reindeers are not warm animals. Whoop, they love the cold, of course. And little Miss Poncho here she can see herself in the screen, and she loves to say hello to herself in the picture this morning. What do you think? She says, hello. Who's that beautiful lizard? It's you. She's so cool. So bearded dragon lizard is definitely one of my favorite animals that we have here at Tiny Tales, although I love them all. And they are super amazing, and they love to wear Santa hats. What? Oh my goodness, she is such a silly lizard. She is ready for the holiday times. And if you guys are ready for holiday times too, you can always book one of our holiday programs. They are so much fun. You can go to our website, tinytales2.com, for more information on those. But good morning, everybody, and welcome. I hope y'all are having a wonderful morning this morning. For those of you who have just joined us, you can comment down below your name or the names of the kiddos that are on the call with us today. That way I can say hello to everybody. Like, we had Miss Tilly and Kelly are here today. So anyone else that's joining us, comment down below your name, the names of the kiddos, and if you like the hot or the cold better, because today we are talking about some of our warm animals, our animals that love the hot, like a bearded dragon lizard who comes from the deserts of Australia, which is pretty cool. And she is super cool. So bearded dragon lizards come from the deserts. They have a couple special adaptations, a couple special traits to help them live in the desert. One is their feet. See anything special about their feet? Not really, right? They look like regular toes, but they have these long claws. You see those big long claws? They use those big long claws to help them climb. These guys are pretty good climbers. They like to climb on rocks and things like that, but they can also climb pretty well in trees. These guys are semi-arboreal. That's a big long word. What does that mean? Semi-arboreal means that they spend some of their time, some, in the trees or the arbors. These guys like to spend some of their time in bushes and trees. And so that's why they have these big long claws to help them climb. Another thing that they have is their beards, right? This is a bearded dragon lizard. And of course, she has a big beard. She is the bearded lady. Of course, if you look, she stops wiggling. There we go. She has all this extra skin underneath her chin. Whenever she gets scared or upset, she puffs up that skin with air. And all of these scales under here, they actually change color. They turn black to make her look like she has a big, scary black beard, like a pirate. Is that pretty silly? She is so amazing. These guys are super cool. And you know what? She's getting kind of wiggly today. I bet that this lizard might be hungry for some breakfast. What do you guys think? You guys hungry for some breakfast? Say, I just ate breakfast. But this little lady, I bet she's hungry. So we're going to get out our little breakfast table, of course. Whoop, there we go. She's so regal. She just sits there so pretty. And let's see if she is hungry for some breakfast. So what do you guys think bearded dragon lizards like to eat for breakfast? You think they like bacon? I had some bacon for breakfast. Do you think she likes bacon? No. What about pancakes? Waffles? No. Bearded dragon lizards don't eat pancake and waffles. They love to eat bugs, of course. Do you guys like to eat bugs for breakfast? Oh no, right? We don't like to eat bugs for breakfast. Bugs are gross. The bearded dragon lizards love to eat bugs like beetles, crickets, grasshoppers, but wiggly, wiggly worms are some of their favorites. Did you guys see her eat that worm? Let's see if she wants another one today. What do you think? Whoa, that was so fast. Can you guys stick out your tongue like a bearded dragon lizard? Good job, guys. Y'all look just like bearded dragon lizards. That is so cool. These guys are absolutely amazing little creatures. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but this lizard, of course, is secretly a wizard lizard. Oh my goodness, little wizard lizard. She's so cool. But it looks like it's about time to meet our next animal. And remember, we are talking about some of our animals who like the warm today, our hot animals. Bearded dragon lizards definitely are the hottest of all of our animals because they are cold-blooded. They're reptiles, and they love to have the heat to keep them warm, which is pretty cool. But I think it's about time to meet our next animal. And it looks like our next animal is not a reptile, but also another animal who loves the warm. So let's all say goodbye to Miss Poncho Lady. Bye, Poncho. Bye, Wizard Lizard. She's like, no, I don't want to go. She would like to eat more food. If I would let her, she would sit on that table and eat worms all day long, which is really silly. These guys are so cool. Watch your toes, watch your tail. Good job, little lady. And let's see if we can find our next warm animal, our next animal who loves the hot. They're just like me. And this little lady, of course, is my friend, Miss Ozzy. And Ozzy is a hedgehog, of course, an African pygmy hedgehog, which means that she comes from Africa, right? And pygmy means small. She's one of the smallest types of, or the smallest type of hedgehog out there. There's about 17 different types of hedgehogs, and she's one of the smallest, but she's one of the biggest we have at Tiny Tail. She's a big old chunky lady, but we love her anyway. She is so cool. And so there are lots of different hedgehogs out there. They're native to Africa, Southern Asia, Europe, New Zealand, and some hedgehogs live where it gets pretty cold, but not these guys. These guys come from Africa where it's pretty warm most of the time. And so these guys love the hot. They are super little hot animals. They come from the savannas of Africa where they love the warm, which is pretty cool. And she is snooping all around. She's looking around. I bet she's looking for some snacks. But we will give you some snacks in just a little bit, little lady. Say first, I think that she should wear a silly hat. What do you think? Oh my goodness, little elf hedgehog, little elfie hog. She is super cute, and she is one of Santa's little helpers. What do you think? Oh my goodness, she is so silly. And welcome to our friends who have just joined us. If you are just joining, be sure to comment down below your name or the names of the kiddos that are joining us today so we can say hello to everybody and good morning, of course. And I want to know if you like the cold or the hot better. I prefer the warm. All of our animals we're talking about today prefer the warm, but I want to know if you guys like the cold or the hot better. Let me know. Whoop, there it goes. She is such a silly little hedgehog. So hedgehogs are pretty special because of all of these things on their back. Do you guys see all those things on their back? And I don't know if you guys knew this, but hedgehogs, where did my paper towel there? Hedgehogs, unfortunately, are not potty trained. So our little hedgehog friend has left us a wonderful little present right here, but we can clean that up in 2 seconds. Whoop, there it goes. These guys are super cool. They're covered in all of these things. Can you see all these spikes on her back? They're really, really sharp. And there's a lot of them. She has up to 5,000 of these spikes all over her back. And they're called quills. That's the fancy name for the spikes on her back. And each one of those quills is just a really, really special hair. That's all it is. It's made out of the same stuff as your hair and my hair. It's just really thick and really hard and really, really sharp, right? These guys are covered in these sharp, sharp little spikes. And they are really, really sharp, like a really sharp pencil or a toothpick or something like that when you pet them in the wrong direction. But you pet them when they're all facing in the same direction like this, when she's relaxed like she is right now. Her and I are really good friends. They kind of feel like grains of dried rice, which is pretty cool. So if you've ever run your hands through dried rice, that's what it feels like to pet a hedgehog. And rice is just a really fun thing to play with. These guys are super cool. So each one of these little quills is really sharp, and each one has a hole in the middle. That's pretty weird. And so whenever these guys get scared or upset, they blow air into those quills to make them super extra sharp, just like a puffer fish. Can you guys puff up like a hedgehog? Good job. Those are some awesome hedgehog faces. I love it. These little guys love to puff up, and they sleep in those little balls, which is pretty cool. And they like to wear silly hats, which is just so much fun. Little hedgehogs. But this little lady, she's sniffing around. She's looking around for some breakfast. Ozzy, of all of our hedgehogs, is probably the one who likes food the most. I don't know. Bingley might like food a little bit more than she does, but she loves snacks, of course. Hello, good morning. And so let's see if we can find something that this hedgehog would like to eat. Let's see, what do hedgehogs like to eat? Do you think they like to eat pizza? No, they don't like pizza. What about tacos? No, hedgehogs don't like tacos, of course. Hedgehogs love to eat bugs. Ooh, especially they love worms. Like this wiggly, wiggly mealworm. It's over here. Use your nose. You have an incredible nose. I know you do. Maybe. There she goes. She found the worm. Good job, little Ozzy lady. So hedgehogs love to eat worms, of course, but lots of other bugs too, like beetles and crickets and grasshoppers and things. But worms are definitely some of their favorite things to eat. They also love to cuddle, which is not very good because they're very, very pokey, but they are some of the cuddliest animals that we have here at Tiny Tales, which is so much fun. They are super cute, super sweet, and super adorable, especially when they wear silly hats. She is so much fun. What do you think, Ozzy lady? And I could talk about hedgehogs all day long, but it looks like it's about time to meet our last and final animal of the day. Are you guys ready to meet our very last warm-weathered animal? Because that's what we're talking about today. Are animals that like the hot. So let's go ahead and let's say goodbye to Miss Ozzy lady. Can y'all say bye, Ozzy? Good job or good night. I bet she's going to go right back to sleep. She was a very sleepy hedgehog when I picked her up. There you go. Would you like your house? Good job. She's such a silly lady. Okay, well, let's put all of our hats away. Let's move our table right out of the way and see if we can find our very last animal. Oh, there we go. So our last animal is another desert animal because most of our animals that like the hot come from the deserts, right? And so let's see if we can wake her up. Good morning. Hello. Here she is. This, of course, is my friend Luna. And Luna is a leopard gecko, which is super cool. Does anyone have a guess why she's called a leopard gecko and not a tiger gecko? Hmm. She's got spots, right? It's not a trick question. She's covered in spots like a leopard, which is really cool. Leopard geckos are pretty special. They also come from the deserts, but a different desert. Remember, our bearded dragon friend came from the deserts of Australia. These guys come from the deserts of the Middle East, kind of Iraq, Afghanistan, northern India. That's kind of where you find these guys, which is pretty cool. And they are amazing. And because they're desert animals. They love the hot. They love the heat and lots of fun things in the dry. They're really, really cool little creatures. They have a couple really special adaptations to help them live in the desert. One is that they look really, really cute in silly hats. Oh my goodness, is that true? Say no, that's just because they're absolutely adorable. These little guys are amazing, but they do have a couple really special adaptations to help them live in the desert, where it's really hot and dry, and there's not much in the desert. Say there's some cactus, there's some lizards, there's some bugs, but that's about it. So let's see if we can see some of her special adaptations. So one, she's showing it off, is her little tootsies. Look at those little feet. Do you see anything special about her feet? There's another one. See, no, they look like regular toes. She has long little toes, little claws, just like the bearded dragon lizard, but she's a gecko. And most geckos have sticky toe pads. They have sticky fingers and toes to help them climb on really smooth things, like really smooth leaves and glass and things like that. But leopard geckos don't need that. There's not many smooth things where leopard geckos live. And so they have regular feet and little claws to help them climb on rocks and walk through the sand, which is pretty cool. And so these guys have just regular, plain old little feet. But the specialist thing, the most special thing about these guys is that tail. Look at that tail. Do you see anything special or weird about her tail compared to the bearded dragon's tail or another lizard you may have seen their tail? Say, is it long and skinny like a normal tail? No, right? It's huge. It's basically as big or bigger than her body. It's a giant tail. It's really, really big. And that's because it's really fat, right? It's full of fat. That's all it is. You're right, Tilly. It is a very large tail. It's a huge tail. And that's because it's full of fat. So these guys, remember, they live in the desert. And there's not many things in the desert. So it can be hard to find food. So these guys have a special adaptation to have extra food on hand all the time. Is there a desert animal? What's another desert animal? A camel. Camels also live in the desert and they have big humps on their back with 1 to 2 humps, depending on the type of camel. And their humps on their back, they have extra fat, extra nutrients, extra snacks in that hump on their back to help them go a long time without eating. It's basically like carrying a picnic basket on your back at all times, which is pretty crazy. Where you going, little lady? And these guys do the same thing with their tail. They have this really long tail that's really, really big because it's full of fat. It's full of extra food, nutrients, snacks back here in her tail to help keep her fed when she goes a long time without eating, which is pretty special. And just like most geckos, her tail can fall off. Do you have a body part that can fall off? No, right? See, we can't lose any of our body parts, but leopard geckos and most geckos can in a process called autonomy. And that's where if they get scared or upset or something grabs onto their tail, they can let their tail go and it just leaves and they don't need that tail. Luckily, her tail will grow back if she were to ever lose her tail, which is really good because she needs it to store that extra food, which is pretty awesome. This little lady has her original tail. She's about, 5 years old or so. And this is her original tail. You can tell because it kind of blends in really well with the same color and it's really long and pointy. That's one way that you can tell that this is her original tail. She's never lost her tail, which is pretty cool. Oh my goodness, this little lady is all over everywhere today. And I wonder, if she might be hungry today. She did just eat yesterday, so she may not be super hungry because these guys don't eat very often. They eat only a couple times a week. Even if you offer them food every day, they usually don't eat it. But we can try to feed her some bugs today. Because just like our other animals we met today, these guys love to eat bugs, of course. And so I have some mealworms here. We'll kind of spread them out. See if she's hungry for some mealworm today. And maybe not, but we'll try. These guys are so cool. They eat lots of different things, but they only eat bugs, which is pretty cool. These guys are insectivores. You think of carnivores eat meat, herbivores eat plants, but insectivores only eat insects. They only eat bugs. And this little lady eats those bugs with her really special teeth. Do you guys have teeth? Can you show me? So yes, we have shiny, pearly. Ooh. Oh, you're being really shy today. She said she thought she was going to eat, but apparently not. They eat with their really special teeth, right? So in this little tiny lizard's mouth, she has 100 teeth. That's a lot of teeth. See, that's like 3 times as many teeth as you have. I think we have like 30-something teeth, not nearly 100, right? And her teeth are pretty special. They remind me of shark's teeth. Ooh, is that pretty cool? So one, she has a lot of them, just like sharks, and she's constantly replacing her teeth. She constantly gets new teeth all the time. Do you guys get new teeth all the time? They know, right? We kind of switch our teeth out once when we're little, but then we have our teeth for the rest of our life, right? These guys are constantly getting new teeth, just like a shark does, which is pretty cool. Where are you going today? She's running all around. She's having a field day. She's having lots of fun up here, which is pretty fun. So she would love to go explore the rest of the table. Okay, but nope, see, we gotta stay up here so everyone can see how adorable you are. What do you think? Oop, right back up. There we go. She's so cool and so pretty. But unfortunately, it looks like it's almost time for us to go today. But I had lots of fun today. I hope you guys had fun. Maybe you learned a little something. That's always the goal, right? If you guys want to keep having fun, you can always go to our website, tinytales2.com. We have lots of fun free things that you can do there. Lots of activities, songs, videos, yoga videos, coloring pages, lots of fun things. Or if you guys are looking for a fun way to celebrate the holidays, so we know that Christmas is coming up. I think Hanukkah was yesterday. We have Chinese New Year coming up. Lots of fun holidays in the next month or so. And so if you guys are looking for a fun, COVID-safe way to get together with your family, say she's not gonna wear it today, to get together with your family, see, look to us. We have a wonderful holiday program, or just our regular programs are really fun too, where you get to interact with us. You get to meet with all of your friends and family all together, even when we can't be together, which is really fun. I did one yesterday that had people from all over the country joining together to celebrate together, which is just so much fun that we can help bring people together over these wonderful, amazing animals because they are so cool. But it looks like it's about time for us to go. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Tilly and Kelly, for hanging out the whole time. It's very fun to have you guys here. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. See, Miss Luna's hanging out right at the edge of the thing. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and a happy, happy holidays. And we will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. Let's see. Bye, Instagram. Bye. There we go. And goodbye to Facebook and YouTube. Bye, guys. See you next week. Bye.